Tonight, law enforcement agencies are telling 7 News that a sex offender has been visiting several schools and rec centers in Northern Virginia. For months, he was accused of allegedly exposing himself to women and girls. 7 News reporter Nick Minock shows us where 58-year-old Richard Cox has allegedly been in Arlington and Fairfax counties.
Arlington and Fairfax County police say registered child sex offender Richard Cox visited 2 schools and 2 rec centers in Arlington and Fairfax counties late last year. 7 News was the first to report that Cox was charged for exposing his genitals to women and girls in a girls' locker room at Washington Liberty High School, which has an indoor pool open to the public outside of school hours. This mother told me Cox exposed himself in front of her and her 9-year-old daughter in September after swimming lessons for children.
We walked in to see a man changing in the women's locker room, completely naked, facing the doorway. A little girl saw it. She was ahead of me, ready to get, changed and dried off, and that's the first thing she walked into.
She said a pool employee told her Cox had been visiting Washington Liberty High School for at least 5 months, and Cox was allowed to use the girls' locker room because he identified as transgender. Arlington Public Schools allows people to use school bathrooms and locker rooms based on gender identity, not biological sex. New tonight, police say Cox allegedly visited Oakmont Rec Center in Fairfax County twice, shortly after he visited Washington Liberty High School. During his visit to Oakmont Rec Center on November 3rd, Fairfax County said Cox used the locker room according to Cox's gender identity, which is county policy. Fairfax County said guests complained, and when staff learned he was a registered sex offender, they contacted FCPD. During his visit on November 16th, witnesses at Oakmont Rec Center told police that Cox identified as transgender and went into the women's locker room at Oakmont Rec Center and was aggressive with staff when they confronted him. Arlington police say Cox is also facing charges for exposing himself in the women's locker room at Wakefield High School in Arlington in October and in November. And Arlington police say Cox is being charged after visiting Arlington County's Barcroft Sports and Fitness Center, where he allegedly exposed his genitals, and a women's locker room in December. Arlington police finally arrested Cox in December. Cox has been held for almost 2 months at the Arlington Adult Detention Center, awaiting his hearing on March 3rd. Nick Minock, 7 News.
And the Arlington police chief told 7 News if you are a victim or have additional information about Cox's visits to schools and rec centers to call the Arlington Police Department so they can put together a strong case for prosecution.